Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm finally back with a new video, and as you saw from the thumbnail, this is gonna be the glitter video. Now I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, and in my room tour, I gave you guys a really quick peek into this top drawer of my vanity that houses all of my glitters and my pigments, and what I wanna do today is take a deeper dive into this drawer and give you a close-up look at my collection, and to also show you my preferred application and removal techniques for glitter. But before we get started with the application, let's go ahead and get into this drawer, and I'm going to show you every single glitter in my collection. Okay, now that show and tell is over, we can get into the application part of this video. So first I want to show you some glitter adhesives. So I have a few different kinds of adhesives for glitter in my collection. So I have this liquidy one from Ben Nye. This is just their regular glitter glue, but this one does definitely burn the eyes. Once it dries down, it's fine, and it does kind of hold the glitter in place okay. But when you first put it on, it like burns. Your eyes turn red, they get watery. It definitely irritates the eyes. So that one is probably more for like body use more than it is for the eyes. I also have 3 glitter adhesives from Lit Cosmetics. There's the clearly liquid glitter base, there's the water resistant glitter base, and then there's the Forever Wear glitter base, which is for lip, brow, and body. I don't know that this one is necessarily meant for the eyes. I guess you could use it. You can do anything you want. So those are all more of the liquid variety of glitter adhesives. And for any of you that have been here for more than like 1 or 2 videos, will probably already know that my favorite glitter primer is the NYX glitter primer. This one is almost out, so I do have a backup ready to go. And this one almost kind of feels a little bit more like a traditional eyeshadow primer. It has that almost creamy kind of feel to it, but there's definitely like a stickiness about it. And the reason that I prefer something like this to something like this is that I have very deep set and kind of hooded eyes, especially on this eye. I have so much like loose flappy skin that happens in the fold right here that a liquid glitter primer, it gets flaky and it kind of like chunks off, and halfway through the day I'm gonna end up with like little like glitter flakes on my cheeks here, where something like this, it really moves with your skin. And so, you know, as I'm going about my day living my life with glitter on my lids, it's not ever gonna crease, it's not ever gonna chunk off. It just has like more of a flexibility about it. But what I'm really hoping is that Lit will come out with a formula like this, because I would much rather give Lit my money than to give NYX my money. Not that I don't like NYX, but again, like this is the only product from them that I ever use. And I love Lit, I love all of their stuff, and I would just much rather support them completely across the board than to have to be like, all right, well, I like your glitter, but I'd rather have a primer from this company over here, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna start where I always do, with some loose powder. You definitely want to make sure that you have a lot of powder underneath your eyes. This is going to catch any of that glitter fallout so that it is not sticking to your face. And I'm only gonna be doing one eye on camera, so I'm only going to be powdering this side of my face for now. And so I'm going to do the opposite of what I would normally do. I'm actually going to start with my inner corner highlight. I'm going to use this glitter by MAC. This is the Reflex Transparent Teal. So I'm basically just kind of squeezing out some of this glitter primer onto a little palette here. I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is the Morphe M431. I almost kind of force it into the bristles here, so it's not just sitting on the top of them. So it's not going to like gunk up on that inner corner. It's just gonna kind of leave a little bit of stickiness behind. And then with the same brush, just kind of dipping into that glitter and then just press that in. And this is just such a pretty glitter, because again, this doesn't even read as a glitter as much as it just kind of gives a blue sheen. This one is actually really pretty as a highlighter. You would definitely want to go in and use like a Fix Plus or something on your cheekbone before you laid this down, just to give it a little bit of stick, but it really does work that way. But this one also looks really pretty if you kind of press it over the center of the lid over top of some eyeshadow. Again, definitely lay down a glitter primer first so it has something to stick to. But this one looks really pretty on the center of the lid. And something else I like to do with glitter is I like to really pack it on the lid really heavy and then kind of let it diffuse out, pretty much the way that you would do with your eyeshadow. You know, you have your kind of softer transition shade and then it gets a little deeper and a little deeper on the lid. I like to do the same kind of effect with glitter, glitter. So I'm gonna show you how I do that today as well. So I'm gonna take the shade Black Magic Woman by Lit because I think this one is gonna go along really well with the eyeshadow colors I have on today. So I'm gonna start by kind of like diffusing and blowing out the glitter into like my transition area here. I'm gonna take my finger and I kind of dip into the glitter primer and just kind of dabbing my finger all over my palette here until I have like a sticky finger, but it's not like a blob of primer, and just kind of lightly dab it into like my transition area over top of my eyeshadow. And while that's still tacky before it dries, I'm gonna go in with this eyeshadow blending brush. I'm gonna take just a little bit of glitter, tap off the excess, and then just kind of lightly press that glitter across the transition area. And so the glitter isn't going to be super dense right here. It's going to be really kind of blown out. And then the closer that you get in towards your lid, you're going to get more density, you're going to get more opacity, and basically the lid is going to be straight up glitter. So then I'm going to take a MAC 217 and I'm actually going to dip into the primer on a brush. Because again, the closer that I get in towards the lid, the more glue I'm gonna want, the more glitter I'm gonna want, and I'm gonna kind of go right into the crease. So this layer of glitter primer is gonna have a little bit more stick to it, so it's gonna pick up more of that glitter. And on the same brush, while it's still tacky, I'm gonna dip into this glitter and press it right in. And now that we've gotten to the lid, I'm gonna take a packing brush, which is the same brush that I used to apply this eyeshadow. I'm gonna press that glitter primer all over the lid. Just kind of dipping into the glitter and pressing it into the primer. And then we'll sweep away all of that fallout off my cheeks. Now, if you look close, you can see where I have kind of disrupted or taken away some of the purple that I had in this area here with that glitter primer. If you compare it to this side, you can always add more shadow over top of this, and that's totally fine. But again, I'm gonna be putting more glitter there, so it doesn't really matter to me that much. So now we're gonna get into the non-eye safe glitter, which seemed to have everybody in a fucking panic in 2019. Now, I wear non-eye safe glitter all the time, and here's the thing, you can't be a dumbass about it. You can't throw like sharp, chunky glitter on your eyes and then be rubbing your eyes back and forth. And when you're washing it off, you can't just get in the sink, put water on your face, and go like this. Like, you can't do that. You have to be a little bit smarter than that. But I think the first thing about non-eye safe glitter is that you can't just use even a regular glitter primer. Eyelash glue is really good for keeping large, chunky, sharp glitter exactly where you put it, and it's really easy to remove later on. So I've got some of that eyelash glue on my palette. I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna dip into the glue. Now, the larger and sharper the pieces of glitter are, the more uncomfortable they're gonna be like on your lid, somewhere that's gonna have a lot of movement. So if you're blinking and you're opening and closing your eye and you've got a really sharp piece of glitter there, it's, even if it's not injuring you, it's just gonna be uncomfortable throughout the day. So again, you're just gonna need to be a little bit smarter about where you're placing these kind of glitters. So again, this area up in here, there's not a lot of movement there, so you don't have to worry about it as much. So I'm just kind of popping that eyelash adhesive right in this area here. And then with that brush still tacky, I am going to dip right into this chunky glitter, and I'm just gonna press that glitter right up into that glue. And you can also take the glitter right on your finger and press it into the glue. And then sweep away your fallout, of course. And then I might need to tip my head back so that you can actually see the sparkle of that glitter in there. And then let's go ahead and stick a few stars in there too. These are the Eurostar glitter by Lit Cosmetics. I'm taking, this is a little paintbrush that I got just from like an art supply store, maybe for like $1 or $2. It's like really, really pointy, and just dipping into that eyelash glue. And then wherever you're gonna put one of those stars, you can just kind of plop some glue there. And when you're applying these, I definitely like the glue to kind of dry down for a minute. The same way as if you were putting fake eyelashes on, you would want the glue to kind of dry down on the lash for like a minute or so. It's kind of the same idea here. You want that glue on there, but you don't want it to be fully wet. And then with these super pointy tweezers, which are probably way more dangerous next to my eye than the actual glitter, I'm gonna pop those right on top of those dots of glue. Why don't we take some bigger, chunkier pieces and stick them right on the inner corners of my eyes? Let's use Recruit from About Face Beauty. I think these are gonna look really cool right there on the inner corner. So taking this little tiny brush with a little bit of glue right on the tip, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye off camera to save some time. And then I'm gonna come back and I'll show you how I safely remove all this shit from my eyes at the end of my day. Okay, guys, I don't know if my eyes have ever felt more unsafe in my entire life. Just kidding. Anyway, so if you're worried about glitter falling down into your eyes while you're wearing it throughout the day, just put on a pair of false lashes. I mean, it'll be another layer of protection. It'll catch any of that glitter fall out and it'll just lay right on top of your fake lashes. And then at the end of the day, you can just peel them right off your eyes. There's not any on there. So again, using the proper glitter glue, use eyelash adhesive to glue down the larger chunks of glitter, and you shouldn't have any problems. Now, as far as glitter removal goes, I think that is just as important as what you're sticking it to your eyes with. I'm basically gonna go in and I'm gonna kind of peel those bigger chunks of glitter off. Talking and doing this is kind of difficult, so I'm gonna pull the larger chunks of glitter off my skin, pick that eyelash glue right off the skin. Yeah, that's so satisfying. And again, really just going in and pulling those larger chunks off of the skin. That way, any of those pieces that have like sharper edges or any of that, you're not going to have to worry about any of that getting into your eyes. So there's the bigger chunks. There's another star. Pull that right off and see, you're getting a lot of that glue off of there too. Another thing you can do to get rid of some of these larger chunks, if you don't want to peel them off, is you can take a disposable mascara wand and basically just kind of scratch those off. That's gonna get rid of the bigger chunks for you. And then you don't have to worry about rubbing those into your eyes at all. You know what, let me get this hair out of my face really quick. So then for everything else that's left on my lids and on the inner corners of my eyes, this is gonna sound really basic, and it really is. You're gonna take either a makeup wipe or some micellar water with a cotton pad, and that's what I'm gonna do today. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to soak this cotton pad with this micellar water, and I'm gonna soak everything else too, apparently. So the glitter that's on the inner corners, the really fine stuff from MAC, you wanna be really careful about removing that, because if you swipe that into your eyes, It's so ultra fine that it's like you can't get it out of your eyes and it burns really bad. It stays in there for days. So you want to be really careful about getting that off. So I'm going to take this cotton pad that's soaked and I'm gonna press it right into that inner corner. And don't swipe it away right away because you really want the wetness to kind of loosen up the glue and all of that stuff there. And then you're basically gonna like scoop away from your eye. Make sure that you are not swiping any of that glitter back into your eye, rubbing it back and forth. You're basically going to kind of add pressure and then use scooping motions to sweep everything away from your eyeballs. Get another pad and really get this one soaking wet. I'm going to really press that in there. Hold that in place. Just let it sit there for a good, 30, 45 seconds, however long you need to just let that sit there and just really loosen up all of that glitter adhesive. So you're gonna keep pressing. And again, I haven't swiped, I haven't kind of like moved anything around. I'm just really pressing that in there, letting it soak through the glitter, letting it soak through the glitter glue. And I think it's been about a minute or so. Now what I'm gonna do is adding just a little bit of pressure, that way we can really kind of like swipe it off. I'm gonna swipe up and away from my eyeball, more towards my eyebrow. And see, we've got most of it on this pad. There's still a little bit of glitter left close to the lash line, but it's not in the lashes at all. So I'm gonna fold that over. And again, up and away from the eyeball, away from the lashes. And I mean, look at that. My lid is completely clear of any glitter. And all I did was just make sure that I held that on there for long enough that the micellar water just soaked through the glitter glue, and then just swipe it up and away from your lashes. Don't smear this way. Don't bring it down this way, down into your lashes. You want to lift it up and away, and it comes off completely clean. Just gonna kind of hold that underneath my lower lash line as well for just a second. And I'm gonna have to go in for a little bit more cleanup, but again, for the most part, I mean, all that glitter is gone. We're doing good. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I'm gonna soak this pad, get it really wet. And again, if you're using a makeup wipe, you can do that too. I feel like with a makeup wipe, you kind of have to hold it on there a little bit longer because makeup wipes don't tend to be as wet as you're able to get a cotton pad to be if you use a lot of micellar water. This thing is really soggy, it's really wet. And if you keep your micellar water in the refrigerator, it feels really good on your eyes. Okay, so same thing over here. I'm applying just a little bit of pressure with the tips of my fingers right at the lash line, and then I'm just going to sweep up and away from my eyes towards my eyebrow. I've got most of the glitter on this pad. There's still some left on my lid, but you can see that right at my lash line, it's lifted that kind of up and away from that area. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm gonna go in a second time, let it kind of soak in there. And just like everything else, this is taking me a lot longer to do on camera because I'm explaining what I'm doing. Don't think that this is gonna take a long time because it really doesn't. You just want to be really patient, and you want to always be sweeping the glitter away from your eye, not towards your eye, not left to right, not down into the lashes, but up away from the lashes, towards the brows. If you have glitter on the inner corners, you want to sweep it in towards your nose and away from your eyes. And I mean, we've got it pretty much all on this pad right here, so. And for as much glitter as I had on today, I'd have to say that we've got it pretty much clean. There might be like a piece or two of the regular cosmetic grade glitter that is eye safe, but everything is pretty much gone from my eyes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take off all the rest of my makeup really quick off camera, and then I'll be right back because I've got a surprise for you guys. I'll tell you what, guys, today feels like opposite day. I don't think I've ever filmed a video where I started with a full face of makeup and ended with a completely bare face, but here we are, completely bare faced. I need to put some moisturizer on. I haven't done that yet. No glitter. It's all gone. It's super easy to get rid of. I've been wearing non-eye safe glitter on my eyes for years. I've never had a problem. I've never had an issue. I've never had an injury. You just have to be a little bit smarter than the glitter, you know? So anyway, before we call this a wrap, there is a giveaway in this video. Now, I haven't done a giveaway in forever. And since this is a glitter video, I have a glitter giveaway. I've got 2 of these lit kits from Lit Cosmetics. Now the lit kits are great. They come with a full-size glitter, they come with a daily wear glitter base, and there's also a brush in here as well for you. I picked these in 2 of my favorite colors from Lit. This one is ABBA size 4, and this one, even though it's colorful, it really pairs well with neutral looks. It really goes well with a lot of different things. So this one is Champagne Wishes size 4, which is probably my favorite of all of the neutral glitters that I own. And the rules for the giveaway are going to be pretty simple. You need to be in the US so I can afford to ship these to you. You need to be subscribed to my channel and following me on Instagram. And you need to let me know in the comments down below which color you want and your Instagram username so that I can get a hold of you and let you know if you won. And I'm going to leave this open until New Year's Eve. I will contact you on Instagram through a DM and get your shipping info and all of that stuff, and we'll take care of it then. So good luck. I'll hit you up on New Year's Eve. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.